guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to new members of our community. My name is Yasa, and I'm a violinist. I moved from Saint Petersburg, Russia to United States, Florida, almost 10 years ago now, and I'm here to share with you my story that hopefully will be helpful, inspiring, and somewhat useful to you. I'm talking about Russia, the country where I grew up. I talk about United States as a foreigner, my impressions, my understanding of things that are going on here. Why are we so different and yet so similar in many cases, in many ways? And as I'm a musician and music is my entire life, I'm sharing with you some tips and tricks on an art of being a musician. And today I wanted to talk to you about something fun and something I enjoy talking about. I enjoy talking about coffee shops, tea spots, and just having a great time in my city in Saint Petersburg. So I actually wanted to talk about Starbucks. And a couple of years ago, maybe more than a couple, there were a couple of Starbucks opened in Saint Petersburg, my city. So it became one of the favorite spots of my friends and many Saint Petersburgians. And this is a cup that I brought to my friend. It's very funny. It's Starbucks, of course, but it's also matryoshka. And of course, I think you know that doll, that nesting doll that goes one into another. And maybe we call them here babushka, which is a misconception. So they call matryoshkas nesting dolls, and the reason why they go one in the other, it represents fertility and fertility of life, of continuation of life, and also many meanings hiding behind the facade. Also, it's a symbol of not everything as it seems. It has many layers. The truth has many layers. And I believe that this is a great symbol and great idea. Resonates with me so well. Anyway, so Starbucks. And why? I was just thinking and wanted to share with you this thought, and maybe you can explain it to me. Why, when we travel, we tend to go to places that we know? For example, when we go to Philippines, when we go to Japan, when we go to Russia, when we go to Europe, first thing that we are looking for are restaurants that's familiar to us. So we'll be so happy if we go to McDonald's abroad. If we find Starbucks, we're gonna go to Starbucks, of course, and we'll be so happy to have part of home somewhere in another country. All those chains make sense for us to go to familiar places, right? At the same time, what I'm wondering, the reason for travels is to get to know other cultures, to get immersed into lives of people living in another parts of our beautiful planet. Why not go to local restaurants, enjoy the food that locals cook, something different? Isn't it the whole reason for traveling, to just broaden our horizons and try different things, especially with food? The same goes for coffee. Isn't it more fun to go to a local coffee store where the coffee will taste differently, maybe much better and much more delicious than Starbucks? Why do we always go to places that we're used to and that we know and like? Share with me what you think on that topic, and do you do so? I noticed that I used to be happy to see Starbucks and maybe get a coffee there, and then I noticed that about myself, and I decided to change. I decided to really support local businesses and really be a native and go to little local stores. Even here in the United States, I try to go to coffee shops that don't belong to chains anymore. I know what it is. They kind of hook you into the same standard that you can expect, and also maybe it's some bonus programs when you can collect free cups of coffee and bonus stars in Starbucks, for example, right? But it is much more fun to go to unknown places, to try different coffees with interesting decorations maybe, an interesting atmosphere, meet new people who don't go to Starbucks, and also support local businesses. So for example, I know what I'm looking forward to when I'm going to Philippines. I'm looking forward to going to Starbucks there because it has internet, because it has air conditioning, because I know I'm not gonna be poisoned there. Sorry, everyone. I just assume that if you go to an Asian country or a country that is not familiar to you, climate-wise and food-wise, you can expect upset stomach just because it's a different type of food. So you try to eat the food that you're used to and then that your stomach is used to. So I don't mean to offend anyone. At the same time, I remember when we went to a coffee place somewhere in the city with interesting decorations, and I remember this coffee shop specifically because the coffee just was so delicious, and it happened that we met people with who we still keep in touch at that local coffee shop. So I guess the point of this video is just to encourage you to try different restaurants and different coffee shops, and maybe be a little bit more open-minded and look outside the box. And also to tell you about matryoshkas, of course. My friend collects matryoshkas and I always bring them as souvenirs. And it's always nice when they go as small as possible, and then I like to compare the faces because it's supposed to be one person, right? So the face gets screwed up once it's on a smaller scale, and it's so funny to see when it's missing one eye or it's in different parts of the face. Anyways, I hope we can continue discussion. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye. Пока.